name joins tonight. So, another episode of absolute bizarreness. I'll be your host. Shit. You think you want normal? You came to the wrong place. Just to let you know. Yeah. Obviously, many are not able to handle it. Yeah. People want their aliens, but they're not. They're not always prepared to handle what comes with it. So yeah, health problems, mental problems. You know, you'd be surprised when they show up. It's not going to be another damn. It's going to be a whole another damn pair. It's going to be bizarreness. Like, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna do Enki Anu again. I'm not sure. I figure I'll just leave the both of them where they are. So this is about DNA. They gave me a little bit of an insight into it. Of like Syrian DNA, Palladian DNA. Probably go to. I feel like Anon. Is that Anon? I'm not even sure if I'm pronouncing his name right, but we'll go from either way. We'll go from one of their perspectives into that. There's something I was going to say here, and I don't remember what it was. Besides that, yeah, that's all. Shit, they're already messing with me already. So keep me on target. I do. Yeah, when you connect to these beings, you know, it's depending on who it is. It can open quite a bit of doors. I'm not sure what kind of doors are opening right now, but like the alien vibrations it's been a bizarre ever since I started connecting to these guys. It's been not my normal. It's like not that I had much of a normal before, but this has been it's like eclipses everything else I've ever connected to before. Remote viewing and all that's fine, but this is like top tier bizarreness. Let's put it that way. This is above anything else I've ever done. Let's put it that. Say it that way. Oh. So yeah. Oh, that's right. From is it Anon, whatever his name is, the universe god, whatever his name. The second one on the title, and the picture I put on for the thumbnail for this. I feel their energy's there. I don't know. I don't think it's them, but to me, it's them. It's their presence. It's connected to the Middle East, so it has their energy. Let's put it that way. Anu, I want to call him Ananu, whatever. Anunnaki, you know, ego god. Yeah, he definitely did not like humans, for sure. Realize that during Atlantean War, human war, whatever you want to call it, we'll call it Atlantean War. I mean, they're trying to destroy this planet, basically. And when they started downgrading themselves, they're no longer fourth dimensional beings, now they're become their third dimensional beings within their power. They're not exactly welcoming beings. They're not exactly warm and fuzzy. Now, some of them were, but not all of them. Majority, a good portion were warmongers, so just to give you a little bit more understanding of that. Yeah, this is all a bunch of weirdness. So, yeah, it's shit. Okay, I'm going to do a slight update here. DiveTalk.com. For those that are new, if they can handle it, you have a scheduler. We're not a channel and be really messed up afterwards. Google Hangout Zoom and channeling by phone. I have questions here. I'm on the. It's a good question. I'm on the 27th, but also the 29th. Same situation here. Other channels and heroes I do recommend: Social Network, Rabbit, Behind the Scenes, and behind the scenes, a lot of this channeling work that goes here, made public over time, will be. And anyway, it's helping me do what I'm doing right now. Let's put it that way. So a lot of this Anunnaki stuff's going to go into that, where I have more time. Okay. So I guess this is going to be now Anunnaki. Maybe it's not an Anunnaki channel, not entirely, but for a while at least. I think it's there's some people connect to these beings. I'm not sure what the hell to ask them and all that. It's new territory, you can say. All right, might go with it. We'll do Enki first. I'm not doing. I'm gonna call him now. Whatever his name's not making itself clear right now. It doesn't matter. I got like everybody around me want to kick my ass right now. Always I feel unsettledness around me. Other people can pick up on it. Welcome to my world. So yeah, I'm not too surprised. I'm fine, but I feel a lot of heaviness. Not just from people, but now I'm feeling more alien. I feel more aggravation from people because like, what the hell are you connected to? That kind of settled down. It's a lot better than it was, but now I'm feeling more alien aggravation. So they don't want this stuff out. I guess some don't want it out, but it's time. Everything has a timeline for what to come out. So here we are. So all right, blessings. Here we go. Greetings to you. This is Enki, your DNA on your planet, where you're infused. What was best for the human, for you to process knowledge? There is this a reptilian element. Now, the reptilian element was to understand the reptilians as to through a human experience. They yes, many have battled reptilians, many have been destroyed by the reptilians. It has a potent energy about it. It's almost like cocaine. As some have experienced it through the violence they've been through their life. Some just wanted to punch somebody out just for the hell of it. Some just wanted. That's why many joined the army. Yeah, and it is true that many do. When you incarnate in a planet you haven't been to in a long time, joining the army is one way of getting a fast download and understanding of the planet you are on. It is just a there are other methods, of course, but sometimes many need the army direction to understand. For this world, and many worlds don't have armies, but yours definitely does. Well, it has to protect it from itself. You're all protecting each other from each other. Yes, you're all. Is it all about? It's more about your DNA than it is anything else. What you're carrying around, who you're connected to. Because your soul activates a part of your DNA that all of you work individually. Different. It's like music. It's like you're playing music to a certain amount of notes. You all play it differently. The DNA that you have works differently with everyone. Of course, you're not all the same. You're all humanoid, but yes, you don't have the same. Even just the genetics that you recognize, of course. But there's a alien genetics that is not making itself known. Of course not. The reptilian. Well, you do have reptilian brain. The reptilian, yes, is the alien cocaine, the forbidden zone. Why would you want to incarnate with something like that? Is mostly, but that's the whole point. Is that you could take the aggressor and those that the reptilians have defeated and you all put them all into the same body. You take a Syrian knowledge. Now, there's much to the reptilian. Now, how we take an Anunnaki being, we take what we feel is necessary. Now, Atlanteans go about it a different way, but an Anunnaki form is you take the DNA, because humans we take about the same DNA that's already been taken, but we go through a different process of what type of reptilian DNA we're bringing to your experience. What kind of potent? It's like drugs. It's ingrained into your chakra system. It's in your human DNA, but it is a spiritual DNA too that you're not fully seeing. So it's kind of like yes, it's not always the easiest to explain in that regard. It's not always the warrior DNA. It's usually the most, you can say, the most intelligent side of the reptilian, where sometimes it gets aggressive, but also it is longevity. The longevity of the body, longevity of the soul. You go through a great deal to experience all this. The Palladian is about healing the reptilian side. Family, friends, relationships, lovemaking, even your biological side was brought in from the Palladians. Basically how you look. A lot of it came from Palladian. The Lyrian is structure. How you get schooled. How you look at things. Your psychic sense, part of it. It is just your... Now, not everybody has a strong amount of feline. But it's basically your bone matter is connected to it. There's a spiritual side that not everyone's connected to, but your bone is very much a feline energy there. From their history. You download a great... And now the feline's not always from Lyra. A lot of it comes from Andromeda. So it's different. What kind of strains of feline is not always going to be the clearest. It's a mixture of several. Your Syrian is connected to your education, your universities, your magic. Manifestation comes from the Syrians. They have their own version of the feline. Once again, longevity. Opening things with your mind. Traveling through different universes. Your feline is or your Syrian, it's both. It's most likely, it's one of your stronger elements. Your Arab world is very Syrian like. It's also very feline like, as depending on how you look at things. The Arcturian is the spiritual side to keep your chakras aligned. The Arcturian is your spiritual 4D, 5D. It's your elevator to the higher dimensions. That's always going to be. Now, there's different versions of it, of course, with everyone. Every alien species usually takes about the same DNA. Not exactly the same percentages, but they do their own operations, let's say. Anunnaki, you know where we came from. But many made their own versions in other places around the world. Not exactly, of course. What the plan was, yes, to have more of a feline presence here, of a humanoid feline, but it did not work out. There's much to it, but it was, yes, it was reptilian or feline, but it was going to go into a feline direction. As you're warning through many of their structures of society, basically, you can say a lot of felines. Your planet's also where you get a truce with a lot of alien beings. Like, this is like the neutral zone planet. You might have a lot of friendly beings, we have unfriendly beings here. And they're warning through the human, as you are experiencing now. As you more connect with us, understand our ways, allowing to come through of a fourth dimension reality, we can make appearances here more frequent as your human takes it more seriously. It has to heal its terrified side first. Many just rather just think about it and then push it away. As you have seen a pushback. It is nice to hear from the aliens, but seeing one's another story. As yes, once we are here, we're not going back. Once we make our appearances here. As you are shifting your frequency to ours, but also we want to know more about you as you connect with us. Not many beings hear from the Anunnaki. Your Palladian beings, a lot of Palladian beings, Syrian beings, I've been trying to get a hold of the Anunnaki and have no call. And nobody's picking up the phone. From the Anunnaki point of view, it's like, we don't need to talk to them. But then they get channeled here, and it's like, what the hell? It's like, we've been trying to talk to you people for thousands of years, and we get nothing in return. And here we are. It's not, just because you have aliens doesn't mean they're all getting along with each other, going to each other's parties, and yes, far from it. It is there's a, just like you're going through, a distance. Humans are not hugging each other and loving each other as they could be, because there's wars going on in your universe at this time. Many alien beings are not ready to stand down just yet. A lot of it is from Orion. Orion caused a great deal. Some Anunnaki beings come from Orion, yes, and hijacked your planet, yes. Of course they did. Nobody else is doing anything with it, yes. A lot of the Orions caused a lot of the wars here, yes, through reptilian form. But also through, a lot of the Orions appeared as Atlanteans and controlled society for a long time. And took out a lot of the leaders. And pretended to be them. Now, you don't have a proof here as we speak. But as you start to put the dots together, your cloning energies very much comes from Orion. Why? Because they have an agenda. Because if this world heals, other worlds have to heal also. They don't want your world to. Some don't. It's divided. There's a star war going on here, yes. A star people war, of course. This world is made for treaties to be signed and for worlds to end their wars with each other. As you don't hear very often, I don't believe so. Well, they don't want them to stop. And they don't allow us to talk about it. So you are talking right now to a neutral being. Yes, I'm not perfect. Far from it. Anu is far from it. Even saying Anu's name is not, it's almost like treason to some alien being. That's why he's having trouble speaking it. There's many agendas here. Yes. So if your world is messed up, that means your other worlds are messed up too. I mean, they're not getting along with each other. Far from it. Palladians are not always getting along with Palladians. Syrians are not always getting along with Syrians. So you have some that are being channeled here, but they're not giving you the full story. A lot of them can't. Well, either aren't able to, or are terrified to do so. There are different reasons. One thing we can say, not all feline beings can be trusted that come through a channel energy. Some are very convincing of their positivity, but then you find another side of them that's very evil. Because even they want to be, some feline beings want to be seen as superior race. They say they want their planet back. They want this one back. As same as the reptilians. There's a war for your planet. As you see with your political sides, one wants to dominate the other. But here you have many alien races that want to dominate each other. It's been going on for billions of years. what is that going to do for you here? Well, yes, humanity has to end its war here. It's not going to. It doesn't seem to be. Many are doing so, but many love the taste of war. If that wasn't the case, you wouldn't have the drama on your planet currently. Many still have the taste of darkness within themselves. You can say they're light all that you want. Their actions do say something else. Many are completely negative here that say they're positive. There is intentions here that will eventually be exposed, and with that, your monetary system will implode. Not just yet, though. Now we don't put worry out there either, though. Your plan is basically unfolding itself. It is finding the truth within itself. This is a wake-up call for many here. It's the end of many timelines. It's where you want to go with your life. Many are given a choice. Now, there are many here I heard that actually start their lives finally. It's oddly enough. It's like, man, I just feel like I'm going nowhere in life, and all of a sudden things are starting to change. So I'm finally finding my place in the universe. Some of you are experiencing this, of course. There is a line in the sand that is, the earth has not healed, as you can see. It is the pain of the universe is here. Orion beings came here with an agenda to control humanity. Anunnaki came in to join them somewhat. To bring at least a structure here, but for humans to make the final choice. Humans might be manipulated, turned around, changed, all kinds of things done to it. But you still have yes, you might not have a free will that you think you might have, but you still have a choice within yourself. Within your soul, what to experience. Otherwise, man, you still feel like you have no... I mean, you can still make your day a better day in your minds. You might not have a best day, but you can make a soul choice. You might not be able to make a physical choice, like you want to live in Tahiti the rest of your life. But you can make a soul choice of what goes through your mind. You might have some anger that needs to go through it, and that's good to release it. To find peace and harmony within this mind is a big deal. Yes, you don't get triggered, yes. Right now, many alien beings are going crazy that we're even here talking. We should just go somewhere and hide and not say anything. So it shows you a timeline is coming for a galactic change here. It doesn't matter if humans are afraid of us being spoken about here. It doesn't matter. What matters is that the alien beings that are not seen here are themselves being healed. Because many of them are in pain just as you are. Yes, there's many Nordic beings here that are very vicious to your planet. Children, some of them are. They're of age, they're old, but they act like children. A lot of alien beings have had their way with this world forever, as some of you know, by the manipulations through the media, through the political systems. And many of you are here to put a stop to that. And don't think they're not going to put a fight up. They're not going to fight back. They will fight back, and they are. So there are those that are connected to positive light, which is fine. But some of you have to be in the battleground. Somebody has to do it. Many are not seeing it that way, but it's true. Some have to go into the jungles and fight the beast that's there to get what you're here to go through, where you're trying to receive, where you're trying to go. You like get your hands dirty. You say it's much more than that. Yes, I'm about fortunate worries about ending the war on your planet. Blessings. Greetings. This is a non. I can't even say my known name here. Greetings to you. Yes, there's many selfish humans here, yes, of course. That is very Anunnaki of you, actually. Many of your leaders have Anunnaki thinking of how to rule the world. False kings, you can say, or temporary ones. Your kingdoms are, yes, coming down. Eventually, you will remove all of the their kingship here of royalty. The backlash from now, that's already going on. There are many, yes, new timelines coming in currently. They have not been fully executed of ending the current reign on your planet of modern manipulation. There's many levels, of course. But your human race, where you came from, a star person as you all are on a human world, of understanding your own genetics. The reptilian, the hardest one to even get reptilian to even be connected to a human like this. It was practically nearly impossible. Some might say different. But the type of reptilian you have on your planet is rare and sometimes unstoppable. It's like having a wild animal and trying to tame it. As you see in your society. Some need a video game to heal. And some of the video games are violence. Just to clear out the violence you've been through your past lives. Galactic past lives. It is not just human. No. Most of them are galactic. Because many of you have been fighting for a very long time. To come to a world without fighting, because you're here to find peace, but you got to get that fighting out of you first. Yes, it's not just a human war, far from it. In your perspective, it is. But many galactic beings have lost their minds. Because they can. Many of them have taken over suns, actual sun, an actual star, and taken over it. As they've taken over your planet, but it's much more harsher environment over a sun than it is on your planet, because it affects other places so easily. So the sun was taken over first before your planet was taken over. As some of you can feel that. As you're not really connected to the genetic codes that really bring you to the higher vibrations that you truly are. Its sun's been tampered with, yes. As the sun opens up other realities, dimensions, some of you are already dimensionally connected to it through your DNA. But this is how you see your other versions of Earth, just with a thought. Basically, it's through your third eye, through your senses, you can feel other versions of Earth, other timelines very easily. That is a fourth dimension reality. It's like going through an index, a Rolodex of timelines. It's all in your mind. And it's easy to manage. It's like you see what timelines, even what clothes you're wearing, all the different timelines, you choose it. Just like a video game, you can say. You choose it, and you go towards that direction. That's how easy it is. Here, it's all shut off. You just live it. Now, you are choosing it, you're just not aware of it. So when you finally reach where you're, it's like, when you finally reach that place, it's like, oh, I must have choose timeline B or C or whatever it is. You know, your clothing has a lot to do with it, your hairstyles, where you go. It's like, I must have chose this because here I am. So it's many of you, yes, are looking for wealth. And that is what some of your galactic beings want, that are from Orion, want you to connect to. The reason money was brought into your world, there's many reasons, of course. But to give the human a direction, a a role to, a reason to exist. Survival. Now, yes, that could have been easily given to society, but after the Atlantean War, humans, yes, majority were not thinking too well. You say the souls were poisoned, or the souls are poisoned. And now it takes a long time to resurrect something after something like that. You ever been through a car accident and you feel the effects for a long time? Same thing. Now, of course, many beings don't want you to find yourselves. Your galactic wars is just about, your wars on your planet are timeline wars. And it's also a rebellion to the controllers of your planet, of course. Who rules your planet? Majority in the Catholic Church still in power, and it's still strange. It's still strange how they're still in power. From what we have seen, they should not even be in their position anymore. After all they have done to your planet, they're not exactly a friend to your world. But that has been forgotten, hasn't it? Those timelines have been erased, especially through history. If you start to remember what your religions have done to your planet, all religions would be, all of them would be removed. There's none of them that would be kept here, because they have set the agenda of what your world is today. But because of the mind is not thinking clearly, your religions still reign high. All religions should be healed from this place. You've been through enough. It is time to end the war. The war within is the war that's outside of you. When the war outside ends, the war within finds peace. Yes, no more domestic violence, no more the trafficking. The reason why human trafficking, one of the reasons, humans are used to that energy it puts off. They're not fully ready to completely let that leave. Remember, that's been around for thousands of years. Having that just leave instantly, is the soul really ready for that? No. Because what it sends off, the control systems, human trafficking builds your media systems, your religions, your school systems. It builds all of this to keep you out of their way. So you have to get rid of everything in your reality for that to go away. How many are ready for that? It has to go gradually. It's the only way it's going to work. I'm not justifying my past here. No. Dislike of humans is very high, yes. Well, basically, a lot of us were just going to let your human just figure itself on its own and just leave this place. But you had DNA here that we wanted. It's not the gold we were looking for. It was the DNA that you accumulated, what you created here. It was an unknown species to us. Gold is not really. It's not about the gold. It's about what you have achieved here. Anunnaki beings, we're still trying to mimic a lot of it. Yes, we create civilizations too that try to destroy us. Thanks to your world, because there's a human element here that's not easy to make peaceful. That we have not figured out yet. I mean, we can leave out strains of DNA and still get a human like your planet. We've done another world that stresses. We have other human worlds that are similar to yours, not to this extent, but it's close enough, where they all hate us, basically, yes. That's all we can say on that. As some of you would begin to disconnect with it, as basically you're releasing the jaws of this reality, and letting your minds open up to unknown possibilities. The school is, yes, to make you more physical. The current schools, elementary, universities, is all there to make you a physical being. And they tell you you're moving up the levels to 0 grade, to 12th grade, But in truth, you're going down the levels. Always from the higher dimensions you are. Which is interesting. That's all us. Your felines are very much involved with that. Some reptilian, a lot of the feline is. Yes, we had our contributions, yes, but we're not. You can't blame us for everything. Well, we'll leave you with that. So our message to you, as you're releasing the cages of Orion from your world, as they do block communications here, all the time. There are Orion humans, Orion reptilians, Orion insectoids. There are Orion Palladian beings here. They are not always the kindest beings. Because as you heal here, they have to get their act together. So if you're all out of control here, they can continue to do what they're doing. And that's rule the planets that they're on. So once humanity finds peace, because it forces them, because their manipulations are working here. Now you push back their manipulations. They lose power. They're sucking the human energy, sucking humanity dry. I think some of you feel that. So of course they're going to attack from all levels to keep you disconnected, can't think, can't do anything. Terrible relationships. Yeah, they want to keep everything in chaos. Once you heal the chaos, the universe is going to be a different place, yes. You'll shift dimensions easier. No more. You'll be able to manifest faster also. So that's all we have for this moment. Of course, there is more. So, blessings. This is Ananu. Blessings to your experiences.